What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Now, this episode, you're definitely going to want to stick by because we're talking about my predictions and also as well my special guest predictions of the 2020 NFL playoffs. Who we think's going to go to Super Bowl, and then we're even going to give our predictions for Coach of the Year, MVP, and all that good stuff. Stay tuned.
Touchdown with Doug Smith, got him beat way late. Bricks provide the hits, paving tracks I lay. Throwing haymakers, I don't need a hook.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with yours truly, Doug Smith. Now, folks, I have a very, very special guest. Now, if you watch any of my work, you know at the end of pretty much every episode, every piece of work that I do, I got to shout out my boys over at Moneyline Media. But today, I actually brought the man, the myth, the legend. I have Dominic Rozzano, the head person who's in charge of it. What's going on, Dom?
What's up, Doug? How are we doing today?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, man. Shaking and baking and earthquaking, man. Not bad for a Wednesday. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, folks, as you know, the real reason you clicked up on this episode is we're going to talk about the Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Coach of the Year, and even ultimately the MVP. We're going to get into all that, and we're going to break down even our playoff predictions in this roughly about 20-minute episode. But before we get started, Dom, tell the folks, what is Moneyline Media?
So, yeah, real quick, I'm Dom Rozzano, owner, founder, CEO, whatever you want to say, Moneyline Media. It's a little sports, pop culture, entertainment type of site. You're going to find blogs, podcasts, including Touchdown with Doug Smith. That's one of our highlights over there. There you go. You're going to find some videos, YouTube videos. We're just starting to get into like gaming, Twitch streams, all that stuff. So anything that you might want to see, and we're always incorporating new things as we go. Actually, I talked about podcasts. Just finished wrapping up a recording of one of my podcasts this morning called Chalk Talk. It's another sports, mainly football podcast. Finished recording last night. New episode published of a kind of a raunchy type of podcast called Dudes Declassified. Think of like Barstool's Call Her Daddy type of thing. That's for the ladies. This is for the dudes. It's plain and simple, straight like that. You want to hear something? We got it. Nice. And I do want to give a quick shout out to the guys over at Truth Be Told Sports Podcast, because originally those are the guys that ultimately they gave me your contact info when I first started this thing. Yeah, man. And that's how I got in contact with you, and man, we've been rolling ever since. Absolutely, man. Shouts out to King Julio, all y'all, man. Everybody, man. You guys have showed me so much love. Let me be part of this family, man, this community that we have here, man. I got truer friendships with y'all than I do people who live much closer to me, man. So much appreciated, man. All right. So, and then also as well, folks, if you want to go ahead, I ain't gonna give you an option. It's going to be down in the description. Before you even hit subscribe to my channel, click on his stuff first. Okay. I'm going to have a link to all his social media sites where you can follow him. And yo, man, let's get it on. All right. So let's get into it, man. We're going to break down our playoff predictions. As we know, we got roughly about 4 weeks left in the season. Okay. At the end of December, hey, the playoff picture, as we get closer to the end of December, the playoff predictions are going to become more and more accurate. So, we're going to do our best here today, but he has some views he's going to share. I have some views I'm going to share. We're going to kick it off with the NFC first. We're going to break that down, and then we're going to go to AFC. And then once we get into divisionals, man, we're going to go all the way up to the Super Bowl, man. So let's get it. All right. Wild card for the NFC, man. Who you got? So this year there's 7 total playoff teams. That means there's going to be 1 bye, 3 wild cards in each conference. So you got 3 wild cards. So starting off with the NFC, this is where it gets a little shaky, and I'm going to take some hate for this. I have a feeling I will. So first off, go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's going to be the number 5 seed. My number 6 seed, we got the Seattle Seahawks, who are slowly falling in contention. And then the number 7 seed. Let's talk about that abysmal NFC East. Not just one playoff team. I'm talking 2 playoff teams.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the Washington football team, slotting into number 7.
I love it. Yeah, man. They're heating up, but it's almost like, you ever watch South Park? They have the cripple fight. Yeah, that's the NFC East. It's Timmer and then the other little kid, and they out there duking it out. Man, dog, I'm just about right there with you. So I'm gonna give it to Buccaneers. I think they definitely take a slot. They caught a lot of heat because we're not used to seeing Tom how he is throw interceptions every game. they still got a lot of ballers. They still got a lot of head busters, but they need to get hot at the right time. I do believe they'll get one of those spots. The next team that I'm going to take and add in there, man, I actually have the New York Giants, the G-Men. That's right. I got them taking and coming through. But again, if I had to choose another team, I would choose Washington because that defense is looking really, really nice. And y'all just shouts out to 72 Dolphins. Y'all just beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that was awesome. And then, of course, I'm definitely going to take and go, as you have mentioned, Seattle, man. I think that's an excellent pick. So that's awesome. So, and then, of course, who do we got waiting for them in the divisional for the NFC?
So they're going to be playing – since there's only one bye. So the whole wild card is going to be, 6 teams playing against each other. So that's going to include the 3 other division winners. That'll be the 3 division winners. I got Green Bay winning the North. I got the Rams winning, and then I have the Giants winning their division. And then you got the Saints waiting in the divisional round.
Gotcha. I love it, man. Yeah, man. I at the beginning of the season, I predicted, Tampa to take it all the way. But, man, those New Orleans Saints. And what's crazy, Drew Brees ain't even back yet. He's chilling. He's relaxing. He's getting charged up. This is last hurrah. The sheriff is about to have his last rodeo. Now let's fast forward all the way to the NFC Championship. Who do you got for the NFC Championship, my man?
So got a couple upsets coming throughout, but ultimately I think the NFC Championship game, because keep in mind that after every single round, you got wild card, divisional, and then conference games. There's going to be reseeding of the teams. Mm-hmm. I hate to say it, I got the Green Bay Packers. I'm a Chicago Bears fan, right from outside Chicago. Okay. I got the Green Bay Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think those 2 teams are going to get hot when they need to. They both, future Hall of Fame quarterbacks, and ultimately it's going to come down to that.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Man, I think the hatred gets real between the NFC South, man, and I had a call like I see it, man. I think we're going to get a Tom Brady. He's 0-2 against the Saints this year. I think he's going to get another shot. And we're going to take and have the NFC, round 3 of the NFC South. And I think we get the Saints up there. And, I think Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think they're going to make it up there as well, too. So it should get really, really juicy because, man, when pressure's on, Tom can ball. Still can. And, yeah, man, so who do you got winning the NFC overall?
I got the Green Bay Packers. And,
okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
I do have the rematch of Drew Brees and Tom Brady, but I have that actually happening in the divisional round just because of the reseeding. Yeah. I have just because of my standings. I got Seattle losing to Tampa, and then the Giants beating Washington. The worst remaining seed would be Tampa Bay, so that would put New Orleans and Tampa together there. But yeah, I do have Green Bay advancing all the way to the Super Bowl. And once again, hate to say it, absolutely hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers started off this season pretty crazy with, them drafting Jordan Love. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, here we are. And they're balling. They're doing really, really well. They could have used that pick for another position. But nonetheless, Jordan Love, we'll see what happens, But no, I like your picks, man. I like your picks. It could definitely go that way. Now let's talk about the AFC. We got the wild card spots. Who do you got in your slots, man?
So for the 3 wild card spots, I got the Miami Dolphins.
Hey.
Must love to hear that one, right?
Fins
got
up.
The Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm.
And a little shocker for you. Here's another shocker.
Yeah.
The Las Vegas Raiders.
Okay. I love it.
So that means I actually have Tennessee and Baltimore both missing the playoffs this year.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That's bold, but I like it. I really do like it because, they're in they haven't been living up to their big name. They haven't been living up to how they were last year, man. So, and Tennessee is definitely, there's going to be a heartbreaker because there's going to be a few teams who get to 9 wins. There's going to be a few, there's going to be a few teams who maybe even get to 10 wins who still might not make it in. So every victory is important. Every single victory. Someone's going to get the heart broken. It could be Miami. It could be Titans. It could be B-more as well, too. That being said, mine is actually very, very similar, man. I do have the Cleveland Browns making it. I also, you and I are exactly the same just about. I got the Miami Dolphins in there as well, too. But I do have the Baltimore Ravens. I think they're going to get hot right now. I mean, they had a big victory last night against the Dallas Cowboys. My bad. And yeah, man, I think they win out possibly. You know, I mean, they're looking real good. And then who? Let us know where you at as far as all the way up to the AFC Championship.
All right, so going off of my playoff bracket I have in front of me, I actually have the Kansas City Chiefs getting the bye, Pittsburgh falling. They play Buffalo this upcoming week, and I have Buffalo winning that game, actually. And so that leaves up – I'm going to go all the way to the AFC Championship game. I got the Kansas City Chiefs. That feels like a given this year. Versus the Buffalo Bills.
Love it. I love it.
I feel like it's going to be a great game to watch. Very exciting. Josh Allen, a little inconsistent, makes some mistakes when he shouldn't, kind of just errant throws all over the place.
Yeah.
But they have a young, athletic defense. Stephon Diggs leading the charge with the wide receiving corps. I just think they have a complete package. And I think ultimately those two teams will be left in the AFC. But ultimately only one can prevail. And that's where I actually have the Buffalo Bills advancing to the Super Bowl.
What? You hear that? You hear that, Bills Mafia?
The Bills
Buffalo
Mafia.
Bills. Oh, my gosh.
When it comes to the NFL playoffs, something weird always happens. You see a team make a deep Cinderella run. This year, I feel like it's got to be Buffalo. KC tends to play down to their opponents. And if Buffalo can sneak in there, I mean, they split with the Raiders earlier this season. I compare Buffalo somewhat to the Raiders team. Pretty decent on both sides of the ball, but ultimately I have Buffalo. They got to figure out a run game, and if they can do that, I think they can run their way into the Super Bowl.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, and they're interesting because, you know, they got Zach Moss from Utah and stuff like that, and I feel like I would add him as far as a top 3 gem of the NFL 2020 NFL draft. So not a bad pick, my man, not a bad pick. So check this out. I got Miami winning the wild card. I got them making it to divisional and eventually losing. I got to see a little more with Miami. That's my team. Those who know, I'm a diehard, loyal to the soil Miami Dolphins fan. But I got to see more in that running game. You know what I mean? And the left side of the line, well, you know, there's been some injuries and some issues there. So a little inconsistency. So I love our receivers, love where our defense is at. But, yeah, I think – but, hey, anything can happen, right? Nonetheless, I haven't made it to a division. I do have them taking and losing. I actually have – so mine is actually very similar to yours. I do have Kansas City Chiefs going all the way this year, all the way to Super Bowl, and I have them versus the Buffalo Bills, man. Buffalo Bills, man, man, Cinderella story type season, right? But, yeah, I think we're going to have Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl versus Tampa Bay and the beautiful Buccaneers, and – yeah, and if I had to pick one, so who are your picks again, and who do you choose, and I'll let you know who I choose.
So Final Four, I went Green Bay, Tampa Bay, KC, Buffalo, ultimately with Green Bay and Buffalo. And I think that Super Bowl is going to be a blowout. I think Buffalo runs their gaslight comes on in the Super Bowl, and then Green Bay stomps them.
I love it. Hey, you may be onto something, man. You may be onto something.
We'll see.
I am going to throw my marbles in the basket. Now, anytime there's been a super team, it takes a little bit to get hot. Hence the Lakers, even though they won the championship, it took a little bit for them to get hot. You look at the Celtics way back in the day, you know, when they had Paul Pierce, Shaq, all those guys. It takes a little bit to get hot, right? But I still believe in the Buccaneers. I still believe in Brady Magic, man. I feel like Gronk is going to go off. I mean, something is going to happen in that locker room. Bruce Arians is not happy with Tom Brady, and he's going to light some butts on fire, man. But overall, man, dang, man, Kansas City looks so good, and I'm going to have to give it to Kansas City Chiefs. I think they go back-to-back, man. I think KC goes back-to-back, and then their run ends after this. You know what I mean? I think they go back to winning 10, 11 games a season after this. But it's my prediction. Like it, man.
I could definitely see it, though. I mean, I got them in my Final Four in that AFC Championship game. I can see him sneaking in there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And there may even be an upset, man, because, man, Buffalo really might go all the way, man. And then, of course, Steelers are in that conversation too. You know what I mean? I feel like Miami's close. I feel like Miami has, just like I've said about the Patriots, the defense has better coaching than it actually has players. I feel the same thing with the Miami Dolphins. But nonetheless, you know, we got the number one score in defense right now. It's just We need to run a game. The left side of the line looks a little suspicious, but we'll see what happens, man. So awesome, man. And then we get into our awards. For those who don't know, we got the award ceremony right before the Super Bowl. They say who the MVP is going to be. They say who is going to be Offensive Rookie of the Year, who's all that, Coach of the Year, all that. Let me know who you got in your lineup.
So starting off with my MVP, I feel like this is going to be obvious to a lot of people. You got to go Patty Mahomes. He's just always up there when it comes to leading the league in yards per the whole season. He's up there top 3 to 4 in touchdowns. He's got 31 touchdowns right now. He's limited with interceptions. I'm looking at my screen. He's got 2 interceptions thrown this season with a QBR of 85.8. Those are numbers that are not only going to get your team to the playoffs and probably potentially the Super Bowl if you can sustain that, but that's an MVP season once again.
Love it. Yeah, man. For MVP, man, it's tough, man, because there's a lot of good players, man. There's a lot of freaking good players. I mean, that could go. There's been so much good defensive backs play ball out this year. We could see it go that way. But the quarterback play, man, Patty Mahomes has been phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal, man. But nonetheless, I got to take and choose somebody, man. If I had to take and choose anybody, I'm stumped, man. It's so tough, man. I have it in my notes, but I was like, can I say it? I'm going to say it. It's Patrick Mahomes. He's going to get the MVP. There it is. I said it.
You had to build that one up.
Yes, sir. All right, now next we got the Offensive Player of the Year. Who you got, man?
So the Offensive Player of the Year, in my opinion at least, is basically like a little consolation prize for the person that didn't win MVP. And that usually goes to a running back or wide receiver. And this year, I'm actually going to give this to Dalvin Cook. He's played one less game than Derrick Henry. A lot of people probably have Derrick Henry up there. But, he's 67 yards going into week 14, shy of Derrick Henry's rushing total for the season.
Right.
But he's also got more touchdowns than Henry right now already. And I think he's going to continue that as a running and a wide receiver as well, since he does catch the ball out of the backfield on a lot of screens. And he is that whole Minnesota Vikings offense. They run the ball through him, and that sets up play action. Without Dalvin Cook, there is no Minnesota offense. So give me Dalvin Cook for the Offensive Player of the Year.
I love it, man. This was a tough one. It's, again, another one that I took and I struggle with. I'm going to take and give it I'm riding that ballpark with you. I'm going to give it to Derrick Henry. He's on his way to having a Hall of Fame career, hence last year and all his success this year. So I think that takes and that continues. I do think they missed the playoffs, unfortunately, but we cannot ignore the excellence, the greatness, the magnificence of King Henry. King Henry, my dog. So I got him. Then let's talk Defensive Player of the Year. Now, this one, there's a lot of good ballers, man. Who you got?
So when it comes to Defensive Player of the Year, I think there's 2, maybe 3 main options here. There's one guy in the secondary I'm not going to mention, and then you have 2 pass rushers. One of them is probably the betting favorite. I'm not going to bet the betting favorite. I love underdogs. I'm going to go with TJ Watt. Ooh. He's currently leading the league in sacks with 12. He's got 6 passes defended, so he's able to cover tight ends, cover some wide receivers and aspects, and does have an interception this season.
Love it.
So while he's got 1 extra sack over Aaron Donald, which is the name value a lot of people are going to pick, I'm going to go with TJ Watt.
Love it. Absolutely. And you know what? TJ Watt, the thing about him, man, is that he's very much so responsible for, really all these wins that they've gotten. You know what I mean? He's been a playmaker. Yeah. I mean, offensive coordinators have to change plans because of this man. He's a problem. He's a freaking problem. So, no, good pick. But I'm going to switch it up, man. I'm going to go to Xavier Howard. The Miami Dolphins. He's leading the league in interceptions. Man, the guy is a ball hawk. A lot of folks, Jalen Ramsey, and you're talking about name value. He got the name and stuff like that, but Xavier Howard, he is low-key great. Future Hall of Famer as far as how his career has started, man. So major piece for them down in Miami. You talk about that Miami defense not having a lot of big names. He's definitely, in my opinion, he's the best defensive player on that squad, hands down. So Xavier Howard. Okay, next on the list. We got Offensive Rookie of the Year. Then we're going to talk about Defensive Rookie of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year, man. Who you got?
I think this one's pretty easy to pick here. He usually goes to a quarterback, the best performing quarterback of the season. Haven't seen enough of Tua. It was between Herbert and Burrow went down. We're left with Justin Herbert. I think Herbert has to be he's the last quarterback standing here. I think he's got to be probably the offensive rookie of the year in my eyes.
I love that. Man, it's tough, man, because I like Herbert. His stats are awesome. He has some work to do, and they have some work to do on the back office, whether they're going to keep Coach Lynn and they didn't fix up that O-line. They got some issues there and tons of injuries. So he's had kind of a raw deal. So me interested to take and see where he's at. I'm very tempted to give it to Jefferson, but I'm actually going to agree with you on this one. I think Justin Herbert also gets it as well, too. So got Justin Herbert, offensive rookie of the year. Now defensive.
I'm going to jump in real quick if you don't mind. He's actually 11th in the league in passing yards through, and he's only played 11 games.
Really?
So as a rookie quarterback, and so he's proven he can hang in there with the best of the guys.
That's awesome, man.
That's another reason why I want to go with Justin Herbert on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what's interesting about Herbert, not to deter from where we're about to go, Justin Herbert, man, he caught a lot of flack. He's not passionate enough. He doesn't have any emotion. He reminded me of Ryan Tannehill a lot. He throw a pick and just stoic, and the
damn haircut too.
Yeah, he got his haircut. He's a total badass, man. Love it. So Justin Herbert, man. Yeah, he gonna get some. If he don't get rookie of the year, he'll definitely get offensive rookie of the year. Okay, then we got defensive rookie of the year, my man. Who you got?
So this one I went back and forth on for a little bit. There's a couple different options here, but I'm gonna bring this to Carolina, and I'm gonna go with Jeremy Chin. I don't know if you saw the game when they played Minnesota, but the man had 2 defensive touchdowns in 10 seconds.
That's amazing.
And he's leading the rookie safeties with 87 tackles. He's got 5 passes defended and those 2 touchdowns. I think he's the complete package right now. I think he's going to be a great safety in this league. And when it comes to all stats, I think he's the best of the bunch. That's
awesome. He's not only great for a defensive rookie, he's great for a defensive player, hands down.
Facts, yeah.
We can't cut him no slack. We're going to have big expectations for him next year. This was a tough one, man, because, I thought Jeremy Chin, I felt, Patrick Queen over there and, Baltimore, he's been balling. You know what I mean? There's been a lot of guys, man, who I'm very impressed with, man. Like Jeremy Chin, I'm going to take it down to the D.C. area, to the football team without even a name yet. I'm going to take and give it to Chase Young. Chase Young, man. He's going to take and get it, man. He is exciting. He is so, at one point, he was, I think, tied for first as far as sacks in the league beginning of the season. And the guy is just a beast. He's an animal, plays a reckless abandon. He did get banged up. I think he was out for a short amount of time. He was a big part of knocking the number 1 team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, off last week. So, yeah. I'm gonna take and give it to him. And then, of course, rookie of the year, man. Overall rookie of the year, man. Who do you got?
See, this is a tough one for me, but I feel like this is kind of like the MVP. It kind of always tends, in my opinion, to go towards a quarterback if there is like a top quarterback. So I'm just gonna give it to Justin Herbert here. I think he's deserving of it so far, and I think he's probably one of the top 2 rookies that we've seen coming out, and throughout this last class, I should say, to clarify that. But I just think he's the complete package for a quarterback. Give him some more weapons, give him a better team, and I think the Los Angeles Chargers are going to be a team to fear for a while. And I'm going to give it to him this year.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, for me, man, I'm going to say Tua, man. I'm going to say Tua. But hear me out. He doesn't have better statistics than Herbert. He does not. He does not. Obviously, Herbert is going to finish out the year with more yards, and he's a big dude. I don't see him getting injured. It's my opinion. I got Tua. Tua for the simple fact that, okay, yards, you don't have it. The guy hasn't thrown an interception yet. He's about to break the rookie record for most pass attempts without a single interception. Very, very exciting there. Also as well, I think he just touched 300 yards this last year. I do see him if he's responsible because we got Kansas City Chiefs coming up. Then our last game this season, we also got the Buffalo Bills, potential Super Bowl contending Buffalo Bills. I'll say Tua gets it, but it is contingent. It is contingent on him finishing out the year strong. If he can take and do that, oh, heck yeah, baby. Tua time all day. He's going to be rookie of the year. But just my opinion. We'll see what happens, man. And then, so you and I were talking, and then, of course, we got to say Coach of the Year. You got Stefanowski, Tomlin, Gruden, Flores, all these guys. Who is your pick?
I think this one's got to go to my biggest shock of the year. It's got to go out to Miami, go to Brian Flores. I think I wasn't expecting this Dolphins team to be anything special. I thought they were going to be a 5 to 6 win team, and he's proven all the haters wrong. They've already almost doubled their win total from the past 2 seasons combined, basically. Yeah. If I don't quote me on that one, but I think that's pretty damn close.
Yeah.
I think he's doing a lot of great things with this team. If it's not him, you can consider Sean McDermott as well, and over in Buffalo. That's another option, but no, I'm going to stick with Flores in this one.
Yeah, same here. It's so crazy because some people say, oh, Mike Tomlin, you know what I mean? He's never had a losing season in 14 years. You could say Sean McDermott doing big things in Buffalo, big things, right? You can also take and say, the coach of the New Orleans Saints as well, Sean Payton. Mm-hmm. He's having a great year. But I also look at the whole package. I look at all that you had to overcome. What's all the stuff you had to overcome? What cards were you dealt, and what were you able to take and do with that? Miami has some losses. Yeah, they got 4. Fitzpatrick was responsible for all 3. And you know what, man? I'm gonna have to say Coach Brian Flores as well. I did a video on it. It's if you go check on my videos there. I'll make sure I tag it down below in the description. But folks, yeah, I'm gonna go Coach Brian Flores too, man. I feel like he is potentially the best defensive coach in the league. You look at a lot of the rings that the New England Patriots took and had is because of Brian Flores. Him putting up those schemes. That's supposedly boring Super Bowl against the Rams. Well, he was responsible for that one. He was responsible for putting up an excellent defensive scheme, stopping one of the most high-powered offenses in the league. And then on top of that, we all remember what happened with Malcolm Butler, and he got the interception last minute against the Seattle Seahawks. You know what I mean? So he's responsible for that as well, too. The guy got 4 rings. He knows how to build a team. Miami's going to be a problem for a long time. So
I think we should develop one more award and maybe call it the Fraud of the Year.
Ooh, okay. Hey, bust it out. What we got?
I got to go with Arizona Cardinals head coach Cliff Kingsbury. Man, he's a fraud, I'll tell you that.
I love it. You know what's crazy, man? They were talking, man, Super Bowl contender. Someone even made a comment. He might be faster than Lamar Jackson, man. There was just all kinds of shenanigans, but it just goes to show you they still got a lot of work to do in Arizona. Oh, yeah. I even I did a video, came out a week after I edited it, but I had Cliff Kingsbury eventually for Coach of the Year, but I don't think that's going to take and happen. It's just too many other better coaches right now. But I think they're on the right path. But, you got to build up that O-line, man. You got to protect your quarterback, establish a running game. It can't just be Hopkins all the time, you know what I mean? Because then everybody knows where the ball is going. So, but I got you. If I had to pick Fraud of the Year, I'm going to have to say Cam Newton.
I was thinking that one too.
Fashionista Cam Newton, man. And everybody's he beat a team 45-0. We've seen Cam before. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback and stuff like that, but everybody's screaming Super Bowl, whoop-de-whoop. Y'all are 6-6. Sit down, shut up. That's what I gotta say, New England. Shut the heck up, sit down. Half of y'all bandwagon fans anyway, okay? Yeah, a bunch. Yeah. I seen y'all out here with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers jerseys. A bunch of frauds.
Yeah, don't forget you beat them 45-0 and had 69 passing yards in that game. That's great, Cam Newton. Yeah, love to throw for 69 yards.
Yeah,
that's back-to-back games he threw for under 100 yards. That's pathetic.
Yeah, absolutely. And people give Tim Tebow a hard time. Like, nah, you can get this work too, Cam Newton.
Exactly.
You and your pearl necklace, dressing like the man with the yellow hat. Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, hey, man, Dom, it was really excellent having you on the show, man. I truly appreciate it. Folks, if you guys are looking for a dope app, probably the hottest sports app right now, it's in the Apple Store right now. It's called Moneyline Media. You're looking for Pac, you got me on there. You got Truth Be Told Sports. You got Dudes Declassified on there. And a lot more stuff as well, too. He's still growing and everything, too. So, man, catch us on there, man. We acting a damn fool on there, man. It's a really, really great outlet. If you love sports, man. And then, of course, I'm going to have your podcast, Dudes Declassified. That's going to be down below in the description as well, too. I'm going to have your Instagram and all that good stuff. Tell the good folks where they can find you in the meantime.
So you can find me on the Moneyline Media social media accounts. I'm actually going to drop a link tree to you. It's got all my links Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Actually got banned from Reddit, so no longer on Reddit. But that's besides the point. We got a Twitch channel. We're going to be on YouTube. Everything at Moneyline Media. Yeah, that's what I got to say. And real quick, if you're a blogger, podcaster looking for a place to kind of enhance your work, reach a new platform, reach out to me. I'd love to get in contact with you, see what we can do, maybe get you hosted on the site. That's going to be down below. Also, if you're good at marketing, like promoting, social media manager, I'm looking for all that over time. So reach out and let's see what we could do.
Absolutely, folks. You see these movies like the social media network and stuff like that with Facebook and all stuff and all the hard work that goes into it. Same thing is happening right now, Moneyline Media. So make sure, again, Moneyline Media. I'm going to tag it below. I'm going to be mad at you if you don't.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me on, Doug. It's been a blast.
Absolutely. Folks, you guys be safe out there. Make sure you go ahead and hit subscribe as well, too. Hit the alert button so you can go follow along. Thank you guys so much. Wash your dirty, nasty hands. I heard there's a nasty virus out there. I can't say it on the YouTube. Anywho, God bless you guys. Be safe. Wu-Tang.
The touchdown.